The transcendental name, pastime, and character of Krishna are all transcendently sweet, just like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one who is afflicted with the jaundice of vidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet, it is simply wonderful that by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens in his tongue, and his disease is badly destroyed the root. When you get oriented for japa, that's a really fantastic verse to remind you. This is the ultimate, simply wonderful. This is the ultimate love song right here. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Krishna reveals if memories of past sinful activities keep coming back, you become guilty, conscious of feelings and dread outcomes. I realize sometimes we people engage in all sinful activities that is our lifestyle. And our mind is full of all this garbage when I move into the temple. And it's still floating around with the memories of this and that, and this drug festival, and this girl, and that drug, and all this crud is floating around. But I knew that here I am in the temple, now I'm getting new experience. Krishna Swami's kirtan, his classes, shalam, teaching adventures of the campus, and so many things. Now I'm getting all these new memories that are going to gradually weed out all that crud. So the idea to get that quality Krishna conscious experience every day. Every day. And the fact is we all have this combination of good and bad. But Prabhupada explained, the devotee, he just wants to see the good in us. That's it. He's like a honeybee, he wants to see the nectar, wants to experience the nectar. He's not like a fly looking for the food. All I'm doing is looking for bad qualities in the devotee. That means I'm just puffed up and trying to, I'll think I'm better than you're my devotee, you're not my devotee. What does Krishna mean? He says, but unless, only if you're the devotee, my devotee, then you're my devotee. So you can judge your own awakening in Krishna consciousness by how much you are devoted to the devotee. you have no devotion, feeling devotion to the devotees, you're talking about your guru and everybody in general. If you don't have any feeling devotion to them, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble because you're not accepted by Krishna. He doesn't accept you. You're not my devotee. I don't care if you have tila, dhoti, sari, neck beads. You're just a Kali Chela.
Prabhupada Guru Puja ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Same Hare Hare every time. Each Hare has different, deeper meaning. And each 4 times Krishna, 4 times Rama. Ram is Krishna. Yaramati iti Ramaha. One who does Raman. One who enjoys. That is Ram, that is Krishna. Okay, I'm getting some indication here. I don't think I will read. So the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, this one mantra has all the mantras in it. All the mantras emanate from this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So when we say Hare, that Hare is saying something. Krishna, as we say, Swamadhurena mama chittam akarshaya. That Krishna said, that Hare Krishna said, Oh Lord, because his address, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Each time we are addressing the Lord, Hare is addressed to Radharani, and Krishna addressing, we are addressing Oh Krishna, oh Radha. So when we say Hare Krishna, that Krishna is, oh Lord, please attract my mind, my consciousness to your madhurya. Your sweetness is so sweet. Please attract my mind, my consciousness like that. Srila Prabhupada is to explain the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just to summarize, mostly, I'm yours, O Lord. Please engage me, O Lord. Seva yogyam guru, that is also there. Our acharyas have given commentaries on the Maha Mantra, as they have commentaries on Bhagavad Gita mantras and Bhagavata mantra. There are commentaries on Hare Krishna Brahman, with me included, or with you and me. I'm a servant, I'm a devotee, I'm yours, you are mine. Could we have some rasa boy? Whatever that rasa is. Mayasa Ramaswa. I give a please. With me also. Me too, me too, me too. Hai Nanda Ganja Kinkaram Padikam. Please pick me up and engage me, deal with me. Okay. In 1972, Srila Prabhupada was at Radha Damodar. On this day, he was there for 30 days, entire month of Kartik is 72. Srila Prabhupada spent in Vrindavan, and then he had invited his followers, his disciples from different parts of the world, and that was first ever Kartik festival. ISKCON's first ever Kartik festival took place in 72. And we were only 40, 50 devotees that time. But we were thinking, oh, so many devotees. If someone would contact us somehow, difficult those days. There were no mobiles and this and that. But if there was some communication inquiry, oh, how many devotees are there in Vrindavan during Kartik 72? And our response was, so many devotees. How many? 40 devotees. 40 devotees, 50 devotees, so many devotees. And now you can see how many. Now you can see. And they're not all here. Just a few days ago, we had 3,000 devotees from NCR, Delhi, and Ghaziabad. 50 years ago, it all started with one, and now there are millions of us. And Prabhupada has become cause of all of this. And just, I can't help but make a mention that on this day, on Bahulastami day, in 72, at Radha Damodar temple, in between Rupa Goswami Samadhi and Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. That's where Prabhupada used to conduct his Nectar of Devotion and Bhagavatam classes. And on this day, on Bahulastami day, there was initiation ceremony conducted. And guess who was? And I was one of those few that day that received mercy of Prabhupada Ki. Pancha Dravida, if you remember, some of you, used to be Dravid Das Brahmachari. We're in Bombay and we traveled together. Yeah. So he was Dravida Das Brahmachari. Prabhupada gave him the name Pancha Dravid Swami. He was sannyasi. And there are others from Kolkata and also from some members of our congregation from Mumbai, and I also receive special mercy on this day of last coming day. Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna Balarama ki, Radha Kurn Avirha Tithi Mahotsava ki.
हरे कृष्णा। जो भी भक्त दीक्षा ग्रहण करने हैं उनसे अनुरोध है कि तुरंत वहाँ पर ये गुरु के पास आकर बैठें।
More devotees name their children names of Krishna than normal Indian people sometimes don't. One of our friends in Japan, an old man, I remember, he had 7 children. And he was crying. He said, I have 7 children, they're all named, Ramachandra and Lakshman and Sita, whatever they were. He said, but not one grandchild has the name of Krishna. So I told him that you can't depend on the families to remember Krishna. They're thinking like that, the family will say. The grandchildren are just not even names. He said names like you give a dog, you just wake up to names. So many people, I remember even when I was in Bombay and our life members, they were, they never had it. They were OP, somebody, RK, HK, Radha Krishna, Ram Krishna, OP, Om Prakash, but they never put those names. They only put the letters. And some of them change now when they get it English name. But he was protected, so he chanted the name of Narayan, calling for the sun, not even calling for Krishna, not even calling for Narayan. But as he kept saying the name in desperation, it was not offensive, and then he remembered Narayan. And then the Vishnu just came. And we haven't all been here through all this, but it's a great story. Prabhupada lectured on it many, many times, so we have that book, Second Chance. We got another chance because at that desperate time when he was going to die, because of his early conditioning, he remembered. Now, many of us, at least the older ones, when Sarabi Prabhu was here at the opening, he was saying how he had met one of my buddies with their advanced course where they pay thousands of dollars. They just sit around the table and discuss all the garbage in their mind. But they don't get it out by doing it. You get it out by cleaning the mind, by chanting the holy name.
Just like the body now, detox is a very big thing. Everywhere you see detox program, detox tea, detox this, detox that. Everybody's toxic. But they don't say untoxic, they keep taking toxin and then they want to boga, tiaga. You enjoy and then you give it up. Then after you give it up, you get to recover again. Try again. This time I'll be able to enjoy without overdoing it. This time I'll stop drinking just at the right time and I won't get angry. Right? I won't get smashed by car. You can't help it. So we have to clean. So the body, we have panch karma, that's a detox, the real thing. To clean that poison out of the body, the blood, the intestines, they all get clogged up. But the mind also gets clogged up. But there the medicine is what? Kirtan. To clean the mind is kirtan, that's the detox. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We have to be very grateful that we have this great mantra, the Maha Mantra. Given to us, of course, Golokara Premadana, Harinama Sankirtana said the Lord Nityananda brought the Maha Mantra from Goloka. Vedas. Because he was teaching Hebrew to the Indian ambassador and they were finding so many words in his name. So I was telling him about Lord Chaitanya. And he said, when was that? I told him and then he had like a shock. In the Kabbalah, I don't know if you know about it, in Judaism, they basically, you have to be a rabbi or something to talk about some of the philosophy, like even reincarnation. They don't tell anybody, they don't talk about it. But one, the Kabbalah priest, he gave it freely. He said, it'll be for everybody. Whoever can take it will take it. You don't have to worry. And it was almost the same time when you calculate Lord Chaitanya and this guy. And there's a few other sects like that. It's a very important time. Of course, Columbus discovered America. He was looking for India, Native America. Now they call them Native Americans. So he didn't find India. If he had, it might have been a different world. Then from America, Prabhupada brought the dancing white elephants and they spread Lord Chaitanya's teachings all over India. So then back to Lord Chaitanya, he was naked. And that's our policy, that's what Prabhupada did. He said in New York, he was experimenting, to see if these people would chant. Anybody that came, he didn't care. Ramananda was saying one girl used to come every night dressed in like tight, hippie, long hair, and dancing right in front of Prabhupada. Prabhupada never, he was so happy to see people chant. He knew the power. The godbrothers didn't understand it. So the Brahmanas, the Muslims complained to the Kazi, these guys are chanting everywhere and then we have to hear it, and we don't like that. We start chanting and we don't want to chant this Hindu name of God. The Kazi thought, of course Muslims won't like it. So he didn't get too upset. But then the Brahmanas complained. The caste Brahmanas, and actually there's a little section in the Jaiva Dharma where Bhaktivinoda explains, the Brahmanas are saying, we have the exclusive rights. It's our business. We make a lot of money with yagyas and mantras, and now this Nimai, he's running our business. He's showing, it is such a sinful place. And everybody is sinful. It's just common. More and more and more in India also now we see the liquor shops, meat shops, McDonald's is much more. McDonald's become very popular. even though they don't serve beef in India. The Indians are supporting the world's biggest beef killers. The single entity responsible not only killing so many cows, but destroying so many forests. Well, they don't understand. We have a big job to do to keep spreading the holy name and Prabhupada's books, which is going all right, so many books. Like Vaisheshika Prabhu, he gave a book distribution seminar in India recently, but the first one, at the time of Prabhupada, they said it's impossible to distribute books. Everybody has it already. Because everybody said that we have already, we have Bhagavad Gita. They didn't know what Bhagavad Gita was. But devotees were determined, and now, thanks to first Bhima Prabhu and traveling Sankirtan, now everybody, people are looking for the senior colleges. People are learning. And Prabhupada books are different. We keep telling them, and then people realize. When Radha Kundu started this Madhavi's party outside, one old man bought a Bhagavad Gita from her one day, and then he came back a few weeks ago, later, and he said, I've been teaching Bhagavad Gita for 50 years, and this is the first time I ever understood it. So keep that in mind when people tell you, I know Bhagavad Gita. They don't know, because without Prabhupada's purports, if you just have the slokas, you can't understand it. And then the Kazi, that's when he was going to stop the kirtan, because the Brahmanas complained it must be true. But it didn't disturb Lord Chaitanya at all. And then the Kazi was converted and became the protector of the Sankirtan, and gave him his symbol. We have that in mind for the circle. They carry that shows that you're approved, safe. Nobody will bother you. Still Navadvip, but now all over the world practically we can freely chant in public, and people love it. People are attracted to hear the holy name, to see the devotees. And Manutama Prabhu was recently in a world religions conference. And he said some of these other religions, they were saying in advertising, you need a color, and you need sound, and you need action, and different aspects that are required for a good advertisement. And they put on a video of the Harinam party. And they said, this has everything. See, they're dancing and singing, it's very colorful, they're weird, it attracts attention. You see these advertisements that don't make any sense, right? So you do that, because it's so crazy. Especially the cigarette advertisements. So we come to Vrindavan, the Prikama party, the first night in Mathura, it had that big rain, and it was very troublesome. They had to move in the middle of the night. Everybody was getting wet. They had to go rushing out trying to find other places. So Bhadra Prabhu was saying, he was thinking, I should go back to Vrindavan. Too much luxury. We should live comfortably, be warm enough, have enough food, have shelter, have fresh water, but we don't need luxury. But our tapasya, Prabhupada, is not very difficult. Chant 16 rounds every day, read Srimad Bhagavatam every day, get up early, different things that goes on, take baths. It's not so difficult, but he said even that, the Western people have trouble.
There's a small announcement for everybody. Tomorrow, 6th November, our Krishna Balarama Mandir Parikram, not the Brajmandal Parikram, Krishna Balarama Mandir Parikram will be led by Dinabandhu Prabhu to the sacred Badrinath of Braj. This is one of the last spots of Braj border. you can see the Vrindavan and always dream about. Buses will leave at 5:30 a.m. from Chitrakoot Ashram, but you have to reserve your seat in the bus today. So go to the welcome center and reserve your buses. कल जो है कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर की कार्यक्रम सुबह 5 बजे निकले